Ecco I punti.
Look at the points here now.
Per la Svizzera 7 punti.
7 points for the Swiss.
6 punti.
Makes them 42.
Per il Belgio 5 punti.
The Belgians, 40.
Per il Portogallo 4 punti.
4 for the Portuguese.
Per la Jugoslavia 3 punti.
3 for the Yugoslav.
Per la Gran Bretagna 2 punti.
Well, we
Per la Francia
really went down the drain there. We had a marvellous second on the Fil Rouge in Heat 1. Then they took off the boots, and that was our doom. So as we go now to the final game, the Swiss of Tesserete, they haven't had a win so far this year. And they will definitely go into the qualifying arena for the final, regardless of whether they win tonight, because they've got a points total better than their nearest challengers. But let's concentrate on the last game. Game 8 is all about quarrying granite. All the hills around here are quarried for their granite. So when it's quarried, it's blasted out of the mountain, and then the stonemason takes over, and this is the way he chips off the rough edges. He hammers in the steel pins, then suddenly, all at once, the last pin is hammered in, and the edges are chamfered off. He gets the block that he's looking for. The final bang, little tap here and there, and you see he's shaped it perfectly. A square block of granite. Behind Ezio and Guido, there'll be a loud explosion, the red flag or the TNT. You blow the horn, there'll be a loud explosion, and 7 blocks of granite will explode from the mountain. Watch it. Boom-a-lay. A smoke from the rocks and a splot. There are 7 teams, 2 boys. Go with the hammer and the chisel to scrape off the rough edges of the granite and make it square. When they've hammered away and taken off the rough edges, they get a square block of granite which has got to be brought back. So the Swiss have got to finish higher than the Belgians. The Swiss higher than the Belgians. And the Swiss are in trap 1, the Belgians trap 4. All eyes on the Swiss. Here they come, nearest the camera. They've got to beat the Belgians. Where are the Belgians? In trap 4. Swiss nearest the camera. Then the Portuguese. Then the Yugoslavs next to them, and the Belgians. The Swiss have dropped it. It's in the water. They've got to go back now and start on the little hills. At the start of at the very start of the course, they're the British. We're out of it. The Belgians have dropped it. So the tension mounts. Here, a real nerve's taking over. On the far side, the Italians will finish. In trap number 6, the British will finish. But the French are finishing first. The French, then the Portuguese. But never mind about that. The torch held aloft, exploding with fireworks, signifies the finish. So the French have finished. The Portuguese have finished. It could be the French finishing first. Then the Portuguese, second. But the Belgians have got to beat the Swiss by 2 clear places. In come the Swiss. The Swiss have done it, and they will win the competition overall. The fireworks go up. The celebrations start. The Swiss flags are raised. They're the red flags with the white cross on them, and the Belgians will be very disappointed of Turnhout. Finishing now. The Belgians had to beat those Swiss by 3 clear places, and they didn't do it. The Swiss of Tesserete, doesn't matter what the order was, it was just those 2 teams in it. Nobody else could show. There's the explosion again, and I love this. Watch it. Boom. Then the Swiss. That was all that mattered. So the Portuguese did show, but much too late for the competition overall. The French 5 out of it, never showed. Poor old Lochgilphead led from game 1 and game 2, but then faded away. Lost heart, I think, on the Joker game. There it is, from the bottom. Vendôme of France with 19, Umag of Yugoslavia with 23, Lochgilphead of Britain with 25, Caldas of Portugal with 32, Garda of Italy with 35, Turnhout of Belgium with 42, and Tesserete of Switzerland with 45. Well, never mind the weather. That's the scene on the Barracks Square. There's the mayor of Tesserete. His suit is soaking wet. He's called Mr. Frankie, the mayor of Tesserete, and he was very, very happy because when Tesserete came to Windsor in 1977, he had a marvellous time, and he said his greatest ambition was to win this particular round if it's a knockout and go through to the final and link up once again with the glorious British. So Marshall is talking away under the umbrella, the Portuguese celebrating, the flashes of lightning, we see plenty of that from the mountains. And it certainly has rained and rained and rained. So, unless somebody whacks Tesserete, they will represent Switzerland in the final in Italy later in the year with 45 points. So we've had 4 rounds if it's a knockout and 4 different winners. The Yugoslavs with 45 came first in France, Britain with 44 points first in Italy, France with 47 points in Yugoslavia, and now the Swiss on their own ground. And that's right from the very start. That's when we won it, our first game. So benvenuti a Ticino. And so we say goodbye to you from Tesserete, from a very, very damp Switzerland. Good night.